mean when we talk about style? Well, I think that we can break it down to tiny micro levels where I'm talking about how you draw your eyes and your hands and your feet and your figures as a whole. But I think on a macro level, what we're talking about is how do I draw or create art in such a way that at a first glance people will know that's my work. However, what I think many new artists mean, and what I often find myself meaning, is how can I make my work look good? So my list of 5 ways to find your art style or your style is going to consist of steps that I think answer both those questions. The first step is learn the basics, and I think this is so important and it's something that I am going through now. However, when you're learning the basics, this doesn't mean that you stop drawing what you want to draw for fun. I would say that I'm still in the stage of learning the basics, but as you can see, I'm drawing for fun. I'm drawing faces. It doesn't matter to me that I haven't figured out exactly how I want to draw faces. I'm experimenting with a bunch of different ways to draw faces and having fun with that. And so as you're learning the basics, don't get stuck in them. Don't get stuck doing exercise after exercise, because that's going to burn you out real quick and you'll get bored and then you'll just stop drawing completely, and that's no good for anyone, least of all you, but also all of us who aren't going to get to see your amazing art. So I'm saying make it a priority to learn the basics so that you then have the freedom to explore, but while you're learning, continue to have fun. I'm currently doing the Draw a Box program, which I hope to make a video about in the future. And one of the philosophies with Draw a Box is to have a 50-50 mindset. So that means you spend 50% of your time studying and 50% of your time drawing for fun. That's the only way that you can avoid getting stuck in the mire of exercises and just hating your life. Step 2 is to draw often. Preferably draw every day, but I personally have a 12-month-old and I have a job and I have a house that needs cleaning and a cat that needs tending and a husband and a child and myself that need feeding. And yes, my husband helps with all of those things, but there are still only so many hours in the day, and some days there's just no time to draw. I'm trying to get into the habit of drawing for at least 5 minutes every day, because it's better to draw for 5 minutes every day than to draw for 1 hour once a week. So that's what I'm personally working on, and I challenge you to draw every day too, even if it's just a 5-minute doodle, and keep a record. That's why so many artists have sketchbooks, because A, you've just got an automatic place to do your work, and B, you've got a record of your work. We never see how we're improving when we're in the moment, but when we can look back on it, we'll find that this silly little doodle that you drew today, although to you it doesn't look as good as you want it to look, it looks a lot better than the silly little doodle that you drew 3 months ago, and you'll find that encouraging, and keep persevering. Step 3, or tip 3, I guess, is to study artists that you love. You'll probably find that you're doing this already. You're probably find that the reason that you're so concerned about finding a style is because you have artists that you love, either from children's books or museums or art galleries, or the ones that you've studied in art history, or even artists here on YouTube and Instagram and all the other internet platforms. You likely have artists that you love, and you want to find your style because you want to draw like them, or you want to make art that moves other people in the same way that their art moves you. So study those artists and copy those artists. Don't trace their work and post it as your own, because that's just wrong, but look at their work and copy it. Copy what you like about their work. You can copy every single thing you like about their work, because even if you do, it's never going to look identical to theirs. And if you're truly trying to find your own point of view, you'll find that some of their stylistic traits and choices don't work for you, and you'll change them to something that does. Number 3 is play. I think one of the reasons why we want to find a style is because we are studying these artists who have figured out their styles and who are killing it in their styles. And so we just want to get out there and we just want to find our styles and get it out there so that we can make work that we think is beautiful. But what we don't see is that those artists spent so much time playing around in different styles. My son recently got Andy Warhol's ABCs from his grandma, and the illustrations in there are from when Andy was working as a commercial illustrator. And they, to me, I haven't studied art history, so this is just my amateur impression of it. But to me, the work in there is so different to the work that he is known for. I can look at his illustrations of shoes and it's worlds away from his Marilyn Monroe portraits. So this shows me that he played around with different styles, and he developed a style that he is now known for universally. One of the reasons that I started this channel, and one of my hopes for this channel, is that people who are watching this will see me playing and will see my style develop over time. Many internet artists are incredibly talented and wonderful, and we are seeing them at a later stage in their careers where they have developed a style, they know what works for them, and they know how they like to work, so they're drawing in that style consistently. That is not me. That is not me at all. I'm still learning what works for me, and I'm still deciding how I like to work, and so I'm playing around here. So yeah, play. Play is one of the earliest ways in which we learn. My son, he learns through play, and even as adults, we still learn through play. So don't set yourself in a box in your early stages. Allow yourself to play, and you'll be surprised at what you discover. Even in your play, draw in a style that is the complete opposite to what you think you want your style to be like. If you want to draw in a highly stylized cartoonish style, try drawing in a realistic style and see what happens. You might find that you prefer to do your noses in a more realistic manner than what you thought you did, but you'll never know unless you play around. My final point, number 5, is to just let it happen. I think this is the least popular step and the one that you probably don't want to hear. And yeah, that's to just let it happen organically. There are a lot of things that we can do consciously, and you should consciously try to develop and hone your style. But at the end of At the end of the day, it's gonna happen over time. It's just gonna happen. The more you learn the basics, the more you draw often, the more you study the artists you love, and the more you play, the more your art style is just gonna develop automatically. As you consciously work on the small things, the bigger picture is just gonna develop. So let it. Allow yourself the time, the space, and the freedom to allow your style to grow, and try not to restrict yourself by deciding what you want your art to be instead of discovering what your art is. Allow yourself to just make art for the sake of making art. I hope this video was helpful to you. At the very least, I hope it was encouraging and helps you pick up a pen, pencil or brush without waiting for perfection. I would also add, as a bonus step, go to your favourite Instagram artist, go to their profile page and scroll through and try to find like the earliest Instagram post, and you will likely find that the style that they drew back when they were posting in like 2018 or 2012 or whatever, however long their page has been up, it's not the same style that they are drawing in now, and that will also bring you some encouragement to see that growth. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, good evening, or good night. Goodbye.